Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Poké Collab. We're on episode 11, and this is where we collect, train, and battle together. Today's date is November 7th, 2024. How are you today, Oran?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking,
Good.
Ivan. How about you?
Good, good. Yeah. Ready to get the show on the road.
What's
But
special about today? What comes tomorrow, I guess is a better question.
yes. Yes, tomorrow is the release of Surging Sparks.
The
So,
uh the anticipation is real.
yes.
We've kind of already had the release in our own hearts and minds because of the pre-release from
Yeah.
was that 2 weeks ago already?
No, it can't be 2 weeks ago. Was it? I think you're right.
Or was
Yeah,
it
because
1 week ago?
no, it was a
It was the 29th, right?
yeah, the
So
29th.
1 week, okay.
One week, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it can't possibly have been 2 weeks ago. But yeah, so it already feels like Surging Sparks is out to me because we did that. But
Yeah. And what it's crazy is because I we when we got our we were just talking about before the show, Oren and I, that even before like we got our scan cards, we were like we went to go scan them. It's like you must wait 2 extra days. It's like, oh come on.
And like I love scanning them and then just like, throwing them in the recycle bin and not having to keep track of them. And now it's
Yeah.
like I have all these scan cards from the pre-release that I have to like put somewhere to remember where they are to then
Yeah.
finally scan them come tomorrow, the 8th. But yeah,
Right.
release day or the night before release is
Yep.
this is an exciting one.
Oh no, for sure. And we're actually going to be going over some of the cards that are going to be coming out. Pretty much, to be honest, it's going to be midnight tonight. So, we'll be going through that. Also have more reviews on TCG Pocket. It's been already a week, right? It's been about a
Yeah,
week,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so a week on TCG Pocket. Oren's going to show us a unique backpack that he has. And then he also is going to talk about his Costco 510 mini box of Peldian Fates. So it's going to be our show today. Pretty much just going over the big day tomorrow or tonight at midnight. The Surging Sparks review. So why don't we get into it, Oren? What do you say?
Yeah, let's take a look at some cards together and see what we've got to look forward to.
Do you want me to? Yeah, I'll share my screen right here.
Yeah, yeah, please do.
All right, cool. So,
Fortunately, Pokemon.com is ad free, so we don't have to worry about
right,
looking at ridiculousness.
exactly. I am gonna hide this here. Okay. So very good. Yeah. So I'm liking. Wait, how come I
Okay,
can't?
so where are we right now? We're on tcg.pokemon.com. So this
Yes.
is Pokemon, the official
This is the
card
official site.
database.
Yeah, let me just go down up. Yeah, this is the official website, tcg.pokemon.com. And then we're at the expansions of cards.
Okay.
And then which is pretty cool, they have like their whole um they actually have like a before you get to this page, maybe I should show it. They have
Oh, okay. I see. There's different tabs. You can see all, you can see
see
just a
all,
spec,
yep.
special
But
art,
th
and then EX.
Yeah, but there was a point where like you can see cards that are like paired together.
Hmm.
I've been going through this, so
Oh, like they
here,
kind
here
of
it
give
is.
you
Yeah,
like suggestions as to who is synergistic with somebody else.
exactly. So, for instance, I'm glad Pikachu's out because me and Oren and I were talking about this of how Pikachu hasn't gotten that much love. I mean, he does, but this is going to be great that we're able to see Pikachu pretty much being um what do you call it? Oh
In the
man, the
in the, in the
words
meta.
yeah, but also like promoted. Like he's like the number one, I think, for this set. So like this is pretty cool how they give you like what he's paired with. And I actually did play with Magneton in the pre-release. I didn't use this I didn't use this ability because it says once during your turn you may attach up to three basic energy cards from your discard pile to your electric Pokemon in any way you like. If you use this ability, this Pokemon is knocked out.
Ooh, that's rough.
Very rough. But as we will show, as we will see down the line, there's actually a card where if you have less, if you have more, if you have less prize cards remaining, it does an extra damage or something like that. I can't remember which one it is,
Okay, you'll have to
but
show me.
yeah, it is a little bit of a risk, but as we will look through it, I mean, I think this is a great, you know, you just search for three basic energy cards and you can already automatically attach them right to Pikachu.
I am curious to see how. So Pikachu, this Terraform, similar to like Tropicos,
Hmm.
he is using three different energy types: grass, lightning, metal.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how these decks play out
Yeah.
and how getting energy actually works, and how difficult it is, or maybe there's trainers that make it easy. I don't know.
Yeah, so there is one that we'll get into. It's a ace spec card that we'll show it.
That ability on Pikachu is really neat. It reminds me of the video game because there are Pokemon that you'll encounter in Scarlet and Violet that I forget what it's called in the video game. I don't know if it's called Resilience or something like that.
Okay.
But like let's say you have a level 99 against a level 1, and it's obviously like a one-hit knockout no matter what. But some Pokemon have a special unique ability that no matter how unequally paired up they are against their opponent, they can't get knocked out in one hit. They'll always get one hit point left, so that way they have the chance to retaliate or retreat or whatever. So it's cool to see a video game like ability coming here to the card game. It's really neat to see.
Awesome. That's yeah. And I have seen some of them where I think I can't remember who it is, but there's also one that says your bench Pokemon d deal damage until it's like down to 10% basically. Yeah, 10 hit points.
Okay.
I can't remember who. I think it's a new one that's coming out. Now I'm like, wow, that's intense.
Yeah, like this would be really good against let's say you're playing a Charizard deck
Yeah.
and you've already taken five prize cards and they have their Charizard EX out. I forget how much damage a Charizard EX with an opponent that's already taken five prize cards would do, but it would be over 200.
It's like 300. Yeah.
So this would
Actually
be
330. It's
it'd be,
330.
it'd be a really
Yeah.
cool ability for that situation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So let's get into the card gallery here. Let's get into the the Pokemon EX because I think this is awesome.
That's nice that you can filter it.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't know if this has always been like that because I think the last one was like that when we did it with uh oh my goodness,
The last release that we
last
looked
one,
at, Stellar Crown, we
Stellar
were
Crown.
using a different website because they hadn't, it wasn't close enough to release yet, and they
Oh,
didn't
that's
have the official images on this site yet. So we didn't
okay.
have this really nice user interface.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what site we used.
Yeah, me too.
I think we used a couple because we found some English translations on one site
Yeah.
and some English translations on another site.
Okay, yeah, I think I do. I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't find all of them in English. Um, this one's of course my favorite. I think second underneath Pikachu, is Sledge. Um, just because like I'm a big fan of them both, Amarouge and Celeridge. But this Abyssal Flames is for one flame. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy card in your discard pile.
Oh, nice. So this is good for late
Yep.
game.
Yeah, exactly. And then again, going with Pikachu and all the new Terra cards, three different ones will get you um a fire, a psychic, and a metal. Will get you 280, but you have to discard all energy from this Pokemon. So they kind of go a bit kind of go in hand in hand. Um, you almost have to do Amethyst first. If I mean, you probably knock out the Pokemon and then attach a fire, and then for each 20, so it does 30, and then so about 90, right? 90, 20, 40, 60, yeah, 90. And then however many you discarded. So yeah, you can do pretty some big damage with Celeridge.
And what's nice about Sledge is it's just a stage one.
Yep.
Um, so we're seeing in the meta, at least pre-Surging Sparks, decks have really simplified, and stage two are we're seeing them less and less. Of course, we still
Yeah.
have our Charizard, but like most people are using basic and stage one,
Yeah.
for good reason. The faster you get your strong Pokemon out, the faster you can get knockouts. So
Yeah. I find that to be the case with Terabagos because he's a basic Pokemon. And with his unified beatdown move, like I've been knocked out in like 2 turns. Like and the completely dominated because with him, you have to get with certain trainers and also abilities with the owl. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the owl.
Noctowl?
To Noctowl, I think is yeah, with his jewel seeker. Like you just look up trainers and then you're able to then use that to evolve your Pokemon or search for more basic Pokemon. And then of course you have to get the stadium where you can increase your bench to 8. So I've been knocked out like or being defeated by like 3 or 4 turns from my opponent because it's taken me forever. And with his Terapagos, he's already been able to knock out a lot of
Yeah.
my people. It's been a crazy, yeah, with stage ones and basic, even with his Pikachu,
Hmm. Yeah,
being
Pikachu
basic,
being a basic, that's a
that's
powerful
huge.
card. And
Yeah,
it's kind of like I don't want to go on a tangent, but
yeah,
this definitely this same exact conversation applies to TCG Pocket because
yeah.
games are so fast. Like getting to a stage two in TCG Pocket, there's just not enough time.
No,
Like so you're gonna have a hard time with stage two in both metas at
yeah.
this point.
And the thing with we'll talk about it more with Pocket, but also too like it's hard to get energy. I mean, it's easy because there's no card, you have no energy cards, but the energy zone, it's difficult to get even when you have your stage 1 and 2, and then you have to like energize them. But some of them do take like 3 or 4 energies from the energy zone, so
Mm-hmm.
it does take a little bit to finally get something going.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that I wanted. Oh, Sylveon's making his debut.
Oh wow. I didn't realize that. I kind of
Yeah,
didn't think we were gonna see any evolutions until the next set. So that's
right.
interesting that they included this.
I'm kind of stoked about this actually. Um,
Is the Sylveon in prismatic evolution is it the same Evian as Sylveon, or is it a different Sylveon? Is it a reprint of this, or is it completely different?
that's a good question.
I'll look it up while we're
Okay,
talking.
that'd be good because I'm thinking, Oran, that Sylveon's not going to be coming out in prismatic. I think this is the one that's coming out now, and then like kind of like whetting the appetite a little bit of
Yeah, I see what
what's
you're
to come.
saying.
Yeah. So with three, this one also needs psychic, electric, and water. Um, but does
Okay,
1/6. Yeah, you found
sorry
it?
to cut you off. I found our answer.
Should
It
I unshare?
Oh no, you don't have to.
Okay.
So they are including Sylveon as well in prismatic evolutions. It really it has the same exact everything. So the hit points are
Okay.
exactly the same exact attacks. And it really looks like it's just like a mirror image of this card.
Okay.
So it's pretty much exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So I
wouldn't
think you're
say.
right. I think
Yeah.
this is just whetting the appetite. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't see why not. I mean, why would you bring out another and plus two, would it be stronger or would you make it weaker or would you just yeah.
No, yeah, just like how they've just how like Charizard EX has been reprinted in three different sets. Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, pretty good. So 160 damage during your opponent's next turn. Attacks used by defending Pokemon do 100 less damage. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
And then Angelite, choose two of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Shuffle those Pokemon and all attached cards into your opponent's deck. If one of your Pokemon and or if one of your Pokemon used Angelite during your last turn, this attack can't be used.
Okay.
You can only use it once.
Trying to think of when that would be advantageous. So I guess if they already have if they have bench Pokemon that are energized,
Yep.
you could throw them off because then those Pokemon and all their energy are thrown back into the deck, and that's going to be a pain to get that back out.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like this one would be good against the Terrapagos because you reduce the bench because you can do at most 280 with Terrapagos, right?
okay,
So removing two bench, I think that's pretty good.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're frustrating your opponent by putting Pokemon away that are already prepped and ready,
Yeah.
and you're reducing the amount of damage that Terrapagos can do.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, that's and also too, this would be a frustrating one for if you're setting up your Chars or you're setting up Charmander for Charizard or even your Cinderace. You
Yeah,
get
yeah,
rid of
because
those two.
yeah,
Yeah.
if they have a Charizard on their bench, let's say
Yep.
they use a rare candy,
Yep.
they're not getting that back.
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be frustrating for anyone that's using stage two Pokemon.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow, that's pretty good. Not too bad. Um, Palisand. I was looking at this one before. Um, I was trying to figure what would be good, but that Bareye Jail. Well, Sand Tomb is 160, so during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Bareye Jail, put damage counters on each of your. Oh, here's the one, Oran. Put damage counters on each of your opponent's bench Pokemon until its remaining HP is 100.
That's
So
wild.
it's not 10, it's 100. Yeah.
Until you're yeah, so let's say they have a bench. Let's say it's a Terapagos deck, and they
Yeah.
have eight Pokemon on their bench.
Yeah.
Then you're reducing all eight Pokemon's HP to 100. And if they've got EXs on their bench, I mean, you're doing effectively potentially this could do more damage than any other card in the meta,
Yeah.
depending on what they have on their bench.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because with the Terrapagos deck, they also have the Bufflant.
Yeah.
So Bufflant is 100. And they usually have two of them. So that's two knockouts right there
No, 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 it's not. Reread it.
until it's remaining. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
if they have 100 hit points, you're not actually doing any
Yeah,
damage to
not
them.
doing anything. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, okay, okay.
Regardless, it's still a
You're,
really cool attack.
it's yeah, because then you can get them into the whoever's going to attack next.
Yeah.
It's an automatic knockout because
Because
you have stand to him for
let's say
160.
they have Hydreigon or Tetsugiri or Cheludon. So
Yeah.
for Hydreigon, 330 hit points, you're hitting them for 230 hit points.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
that's
lot.
intense. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
ton of damage.
yeah. And Tatsugiri, you're getting him down to just 60.
Well, to no 200.
Oh, two.
You
Okay.
you bring yeah, Barite Jail brings your opponent's benched Pokemon down to 100 hit points.
Okay,
So for
okay.
Tetsugiri, it would do 60 damage.
Okay, you're right. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm sure
I
you're
gotta
not the
read.
only one that's going to have a misunderstanding with that, so it's good to clarify.
Thanks, Oran, for that correct clarification. What's interesting though is the retreat cost. Look at this.
Ooh,
That's a lot.
that's awful. So
Four.
yeah, you're not retreating unless you have a trainer to swap out.
Yeah. Yep. Either a cart or a switch,
Yeah.
because there's no way. That's massive.
Yeah.
Although all you really need is just one more energy because you already have three, but still, you're getting rid of all that.
No, yeah, you wouldn't do that. That'd be
No.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's move on to Flygon. Reversing Storms 130. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon.
Okay, that's kind of neat.
I
That
like it
reminds
because it's
me.
one energy.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah,
excellent. This is a stage two Pokemon, however.
that's true. It is a stage two, yeah.
I'm
Evolves
trying to
from
think what deck in the past couple months in the meta had a swapping uh strategy. You would basically attack and swap to your bench. I forget who that was, but this reminds me of that. Like you do something similar with this
Yeah.
Pokemon,
I'm
making it
trying to think
harder
of
for
who you're
your
talking about too. Yeah.
yeah, making it harder for your opponent to knock you out.
Yeah. It's almost like you got to be your bench has to be ready as well
Yeah.
because you can't be just swapping
Hmm.
when your Pokemon's not even ready yet. And then Sonic Peridot.
Yeah, I guess.
This attack does 100 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon EX and Pokemon V. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So it's kind of like Barite Jail in a sense. I mean,
Yeah,
in a sense that it can do quite a bit of damage to benched Pokemon.
yeah. Which most of your benched Pokemon are at stage one or basic and or stage one.
Well, that's a problem because this only damages EX and V.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, yep.
Yeah. So it really would depend on what sort of a deck you're playing against.
Correct. Correct.
Like a
Correct.
Pikachu deck where your opponent's EXs are basic Pokemon, like Pikachu,
Yeah,
this could be handy because they're going to get their EX Pokemon out fast and
yeah,
they'll probably have a good amount on their bench. So this would be great against that.
yeah. That's good. Awesome. Okay, so this one is Hydreigon, which I did pull at the pre-release.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this guy, he's awesome. I'm definitely gonna be building a deck around him. Um the crashing headbutt for 200, discard the top three cards of your opponent's deck, and you're only doing it for two energy. That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a ton of damage.
Oh yeah.
And you're obliterating their deck.
Yep.
That's a really, really good attack.
Yeah. And then I was looking at Obsidian too. Of course, it takes an extra energy, but
Extra two energy.
yep, it takes the psychic, dark, steel, and then a colorless. But you can also probably put two dark
Yeah.
energy, and it does 130 to 130. And then this attack also does 130 damage to two of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So that could be that could be like a three knockout pull.
That's wild.
Yeah, for four energy. That's pretty intense.
I'm kind of like I don't know. Have we seen Pokemon this powerful in the past?
I don't think so.
This is wild.
Yeah, I think he's probably the number one. Beside Pikachu's 300 damage,
Hmm.
this one by far.
Yeah, this is
I think you're
300,
right.
390 damage.
390 damage.
Yeah, if you
Wow.
hit three Pokemon.
Yeah, three Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a heavy hitter for sure. And I'm
Hmm.
glad I pulled it. Okay, Executor makes his way back. I think this is gonna be really good because I think my wife Kayla uses Executor in her deck. Although he's a dragon this time. I'm looking at that right now. I just see that. But um Tropical Frenzy for 150. You may attach any number of basic energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. So that's kind of going off the Executor V, where if you flip a coin and you get heads, you can attach five basic Pokemon. That's one that my wife has right now. But
Okay.
this is pretty cool. You can
And
attach
is that
any number.
to any Pokemon? Like even your bench Pokemon, like any Pokemon?
Yeah, it says
Okay.
to your Pokemon in any way you like. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that sets up for you can have this one if you want to set up for Hydreigon.
I don't know if you would use those in the same deck though, because look at the energy types.
Oh, true. They're
Yeah.
different. Yeah. This will probably be good also with either uh Lapras, either use Lapras or Terapagos. Well, no, Terapagos doesn't need that much energy. Yeah, I don't know. Swinging Sphene, flip a coin. If heads, knock out your opponent's active basic Pokemon. If tails, knock out one of your opponent's benched basic Pokemon. That's pretty intense.
That is very nice because either way, so I typically try to avoid anything coin flip related because
Yeah,
it's just so uncertain. But this, it's a good outcome either way.
yeah,
Now, I'm assuming it doesn't specify, but I'm assuming you get to choose which benched Pokemon gets knocked out. I'm hoping.
yeah. I think you're right because they would say your opponent chooses or,
Yeah. The
but yeah,
problem is it is a benched basic. So again, this would
yes,
be good for like playing a Pikachu deck,
yep.
but if they've got stage one or stage two on their bench, then
It's yeah. You're going for the heads then.
yeah. So I mean it's a neat attack, but I don't know how much we're gonna really see it in the meta.
Yeah. Although that tropical frenzy is probably what people would draw the attention.
Yeah.
You know, a leaf in the water and
Yep.
then for 150, and then
This
you
would be a
can
really good card for getting set up. So this would be like a good like early Pokemon to have out early in the
yeah.
match.
The thing is though, we'll have to see. We'll see. Actually, if you don't mind, Oran, let's see what they execute do. You know what I mean? Because I know
Yeah.
one of them. I know like in the other one. Oh, okay, here you go, Oran. If you go first, you can use this attack during your first turn. Search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon, and put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it.
So
Then shuffle your deck.
it's that's a great early game
Yep.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get execute out first
Yep.
as your starter, and then get him evolved fast, and then Exeggutor can get energy to all your dudes fast.
Man, that's a big risk though, because you have to win the coin flip, or you have to hope that your opponent doesn't go first.
Hold on, hold on. If you go first, you can use this attack during your first turn. Yeah, that is a big risk.
You have to go first.
Wait, hold on. No, you don't have to. Okay, let me reread this. If you go first, you can use this attack during your first turn. It's not saying
Oh,
you have to go first to use this attack. So it's good no matter what.
okay. Because you can use it. If you go yeah, okay, I get
If
it.
you go second, you can still use it.
Still use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's really, really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. And this one, yeah, you would no, yeah, no, you want the other one.
Yeah, you would not use
Yeah.
this.
No, you don't want that one. You want this one.
The
You want four of
problem,
these.
the problem with this one is you
Oh, sorry.
have to get it out fast before your opponent attacks because of the
Correct.
30 hit points.
Yeah.
So that's you just got it's got to be like lightning.
Yep.
But
That's
another
insane.
Pokemon that could be paired up well with Exeggutor, Flygon uses
Ooh.
the same energy type, fighting and water.
Okay, so Flygon.
So that could be a
Awesome.
potential pairing. Also, Durant just uses grass.
Okay, yeah, I saw Durant. He's got a new EX right here.
Yeah, so just grass. So that could be a
Yeah.
potential pairing.
Okay. And then also too, like you can have this one, but also the other executor. This barrage clock is awesome. Flip a coin for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each heads.
Okay.
Of course, it's all in the flip, but
Yeah,
it does a
I'm
lot of damage.
I'm not a fan of the flip.
Yeah. That's true.
What's nice about Durant is being a basic. It can do a lot of damage late game
Yeah.
without any evolving necessary. And so you could get Durant
Wow.
out fast on your bench, and then Alolan Exeggutor could get energy to your Durant army fast.
Yeah.
So that could be
Wow.
a good pairing.
I can see that. This is almost like a baby type attack for like Charizard because
Yeah,
you do 130
yeah,
or 180, but 30 more for each. Yeah.
that's pretty
Wow.
cool.
I
So
like that.
it's fun to just like look at these cards and dissect them and
Yeah.
try to just think about how they might be used in a deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's a good one. I like the Durant. Um, and there's some other good ones. I mean, these are just the X ones.
Hmm.
Um, but I think this is going to be, pretty cool set to see how it plays out. And Tatsugiri, surprise pump for 100, and this attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon.
I can't see
Okay.
Tetsugiri being used much. Not enough hit points
No,
and requires too much energy and doesn't do
yeah,
enough damage. So
no,
compared to the other EXs we've looked at, this just doesn't make sense.
no. Cinnabar Lure, look at the top 10 cards of your deck. You may put any number of Pokemon you find there onto your bench. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck.
But it's just so much energy is required to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's almost like not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh Probably the least one that's going to be used. And Cyclizar makes his debut as an EX. Breakthrough 430. This attack also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon.
Okay.
Not bad.
As a basic, 210 hit points, that's a nice amount of HP.
Hmm.
It does require a good amount of energy though.
Yeah. Circon Road 180. You may draw 5 cards. Wow.
So like thinking about that though, so I see Cyclizar does 130, but then if we look at Flygon, Flygon can do 130 with just a single energy. Yes,
Yeah,
it's a state. Well, no, I can't really compare them though, because Flygon's a stage two, so it's not apples to apples.
right. I can see what you're saying that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be very I don't know. These are pretty dicey. A lot of basic, but yeah. I can only probably see Hydreigon being used. Pikachu being used, and Sylveon possibly.
I would like to look at Archeops if we could
Okay.
to see if it has any potential. Okay,
Okay,
so
on
its
300
ability,
HP. Wow.
want to read it?
Go for it.
When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may attach up to two basic metal energy cards from your discard pile to your metal Pokemon in any way you like.
Mm.
So that's really handy. And what's nice about our Chelodon is it's a stage one. So yes, an evolution, but we're not talking stage two.
Yeah.
And then with three metal energy, it can do the metal defender attack, 220 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon has no weakness. So that's pretty handy. Eliminating your weakness, doing 220 damage. Now, it seems like this will really shine in an all metal deck,
Yeah.
needing three metal energy, getting two metal energy from your discard pile. But I mean, I for a stage one with 300 hit points,
That's
and with an ability like that, I mean, I could see this potentially having some play.
yeah. I've been trying to see what I can do with metal, but a lot of times their attacks just like they take so much energy. Um, I was thinking
But
about using the shield um the sword guy. Oh my goodness.
oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember.
Yeah.
There's so many Pokemon.
Yeah.
Um,
Archeledge,
I think
oh
you're
my
you're
goodness.
on you're on to something there, um,
But yeah, but he seemed like the most like even him and EX is
yeah,
really good. Argus Argus Agaslash.
yeah. You're right.
Agaslash.
Um,
Yeah.
but like this almost seems realistic. Three
Yeah.
three only three energy needed, and
Yep.
an ability that gets energy fast.
Yeah.
Um, and what's great is it's not putting energy from your discard pile to your hand. It's putting them directly to your Pokemon,
Yeah.
which is really powerful. It's kind of like when we what we see with Charizard. You know,
Yep.
you're getting energy from your deck directly to your Pokemon,
Yeah.
which is just so powerful.
Yeah. Thing is though, you have to have them in your discard pile. So you almost need to have
Yeah,
those ones that have abilities to discard energy, such as like the Greninja, Radiant
or
Greninja,
or mid game. You know,
or mid game.
once
Yeah.
one of your opponents have knocked out one of your Pokemon. Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. This
but
is pretty cool. I'm glad you wanted to see this. 'Cause I totally, I was looking at him, but I'm like, because I know how he is, and I just don't see him. But he now, no, this now looking at it, he does have potential.
I may be trying this, and here I'm kind of this is a sentimental play for me,
Uh-huh.
because I talked about our trip to Montreal last episode, and our Chaludon was the promo I got from GameStop. So I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, our Chaludon, like he's top of my mind right now. So I want to try it out.
Sweet. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Oh, sorry.
Having this conversation about um, TCG and talking
Uh-huh.
through Surging Sparks and just the meta and the putting these Pokemon together. I really am loving TCG Pocket, but like you just can't get deep like this.
No.
Like it has its own meta and it has its own fun and it's a great game in its own right, but it's just not this.
Yeah. But I mean, you can. I mean, we can go ahead and go into like what's coming out or what's out in the Apex.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, like this is gonna be like well, because yeah, like you said, like the pockets are not. It's only mobile. Like this
yeah.
is gonna be like full on in competitions across the world.
Well,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I mean, people are doing tournaments for TCG Pocket. I don't really understand that yet. I need to find out who's doing them and how they're doing them and how they're organizing them. I don't get it.
That's crazy.
But yeah, actually we probably like next set release for TCG Pocket, whenever that will be, we probably should talk about it just like we are now.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome. We are gonna be talking about it a little bit more a little later in the show.
Yep.
Um, This is pretty okay. So I've encountered a lot of flamingos in Scarlet, Scarlet Violet
Oh, in the video game.
in the video game.
Okay.
He's actually almost knocked most of my Pokemon out.
That's funny.
It's so funny. So when I'm like, oh wow, Flamingo's coming out with an EX. Dude, look at his moves. Like precise beak, 30 plus. If this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon had the same amount of energy attached, this attack does 100 more damage. That's pretty intense. And then Brave Bird for 4 energy does 200 damage. But he also does 30 damage to itself. So
The problem with Precise Beak is, let's say you get Flamingo out there and your opponent has, well, I don't know. No, it's just interesting psychologically because like your opponent's gonna try to not have the same amount of energy. So like let's say your opponent has
yeah.
2 energy and attacks Flamingo, then would you not put more energy on because you want to use Precise Break? Or do you put more energy on because you want to eventually get to do Brave Bird? But then you but then when you use Precise Beak with 3 energy, it's only going to do 30 damage. It's just like it's a psychological like um I don't know. It's just it's interesting. I'd like to see if people use this and how it affects like the decision making for
Yeah.
energy attaching.
You got a good point on it. And I think precise beak has to be used first. Like you go ahead and just go right off the bat, like right off the rip. So like say if you have like um let's see. I mean even if you're at Tropicos, because Tropicos has two, you're doing 30, so you're doing 130.
But then does Terapagos equip another energy just for the heck of it to get
No, no. So yeah, I mean you could do another 130. Oh no, because you're attaching more for Brave Bird.
right?
So, but I mean, if you get up to Brave Bird, you're doing then 330 damage
No. What do you mean?
because you're already done
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're
you're already done
adding them together. Okay,
130.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So basically, all you need to do is add what's the energy that Terapagos uses that gives you 2 energy right off the bat? Is that jet? Is it
I
jet?
don't remember.
It's a special energy. So then you
Okay.
just have to attach that to Flamigo the next turn,
I
and
see what
then
you're
you knock them
saying.
out.
Yeah, or a double colorless.
Or a double colorless.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've seen a lot of Terapagos decks are
Yeah.
using.
That's what I
Double
use for my
colorless.
Blissey deck
Yeah.
with double colorless. The problem with Brave Bird, I hate doing damage to myself, especially with Flamigo only having 200 hit points. Like,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough, tough, tough. Let's go into the special arts,
Okay.
special
Um,
illustration.
which I mean, we don't have to talk about their attacks because they're going to be the same as what we already
Yeah.
discussed. But
I I mean, the Archeops are looking pretty sweet.
that is cool.
Yeah.
Now,
Like
I
that
will
looks
admit my favorite card of Surging Sparks. Here, scroll up for me.
okay.
It's just so good because it's so ridiculous. You might have to switch to a different filter. I because he's not
Okay.
an EX.
Oh, okay. Is he in the special
Yeah, go
art?
to the special art gallery.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's look
he's
at these guys.
in-
Okay, okay, stop here.
Okay.
That Doug Trio hits so hard. It's just
Oh,
so ridiculous. Like, why? Why
yeah.
does Doug Trio have like gorgeous blonde locks on all like it? How does this make any sense? It's ridiculously wonderful.
I love it.
I
Trio
I
Chiho.
I really hope this card isn't rare because I'd love to just like snag it for my collection just for the heck
No,
of
for
it.
sure.
Yeah. What does it
What does it
do?
even do? Yeah, it says if you don't have exactly 3 cards in your hand, This attack does nothing. Oh my God.
Like you would never use this.
No, never. It is strictly just to have it for in your collection. That's
Right.
it. Yeah,
I mean,
like
I
there's
do
no.
love the fact that like so that's a symbol you never see. And that symbol indicates you don't
Yeah,
need any energy. So this
yeah,
attack doesn't require energy,
right.
which is it's just fun. It's a fun card. It's
It's a
just so
fun card.
ridiculous.
But what's funny, Oran, is isn't Trio and Duck Trio like aren't they like rock or fighting? Like why
Yeah,
is he
yeah, they're well, this is Alolan Dug Trio, so that throws
Alolan?
everything off.
Okay.
I don't yeah, so I don't know why it's metal here.
But Alolan is the area where he is, correct?
Yeah, correct. But
Okay.
like if you look at Alolan Vulpix,
Yeah.
Alolan Vulpix is ice,
Okay. Yeah.
whereas Vulpix
Yeah.
is normally fire. So like
Fire.
region Pokemon where what region they're from, it might affect what their elemental makeup is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I cannot wait until I get
But
to
yeah,
some of
that's
these.
hilarious.
But this is a fun card. I think this is just strictly just fun.
It's hilarious. And even the non-special art has them with the golden locks.
Oh,
So
no kidding.
yeah.
All right, let's look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so either there's
We gotta go to
steel.
metal.
Yeah. Watch your eyes, Orin. And
Oh,
everybody that's watching. Don't want to give any seizures.
I'm okay.
Here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait,
It's amazing.
the hair flowing in the wind gets
It's
me.
yeah, like that one's almost even better.
Yeah,
It's so good.
that's awesome.
So yeah, I need that special art.
No, for sure. That is hilarious. Yeah, metal.
I pulled that one on pre-release night and I was just like, whoa.
Oh, you did. I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember that.
It's
Look at
so
the
silly.
flip a coin if tails attack does nothing, survives attack. Okay. That's funny. That is pretty hilarious. Um, do you want to say anything else?
I know. I think we covered our basics pretty well by looking at the EX that really covers because EX really will control the
Yeah.
rest of what's used in the deck.
Yeah.
I
Just
do
for
want
a
to see.
cover.
Yeah, let's take a look at all the special arts.
Yeah, because I pulled this one.
Oh, that's a really beautiful card.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then we also pulled this one,
Hmm.
which is that's a sweet card too.
And I got the Phoebos above. Did,
This
did
one
I
here.
get that or did Ariel get that? I don't remember. I think
I don't
Ariel.
remember. Yeah, I think Ariel did.
That
That's
cast
sweet.
form card, that looks really cool.
Oh yeah, whoa. I like the art.
Yeah. It reminds me, I don't know if you get these vibes at all, but it reminds me of like Chrono Trigger with the floating land.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
like towards the later game of Chrono Trigger, you go to like the flying, like,
Like
um, like there's Earth that's floating above the ground, and it's like,
yeah.
yeah, I
Like
forget
it's
what that
po
city's called.
yeah. No, that looks awesome. I also get kind of Mario vibes too.
Oh, I can feel that.
Yeah. I like how you can see the land and this looks like it's like part of sunny form. This looks like it's like looking at part of the island or all of Scarlet Violet, no?
Um,
It kind of
I
looks like
don't
it's the
know.
whole map.
I'm not sure. It's probably
Yeah.
just a portion of the region. And you know what?
Okay.
It's probably not even the Scarlet Violet region of Paldea. It's probably the Tropicos region, which I don't know what it's
Oh,
called
for sure. Good call. I
because
like that
I'm
card.
not there yet, so I don't know what it's called.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be epic too. Oh yeah.
So,
7 years.
okay, settle it for us. What do you like
Yeah.
better, Cerulege or Armor Rouge?
Armarouge.
Okay, so good thing you're playing Scarlet.
Yes. And I'm glad I got him. So
Well,
I'm excited.
you got Armor Rouge already, or just
I'm sorry.
Charcadet?
I got Charcadet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's
I'm glad I
this.
got him to get him into Armor Rouge.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
forget when you can do that. I think it's pretty early in the game though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty shocked when you told me that he's in there, and then like literally like a couple days later, I see him and I accidentally knock him out, and I'm like, oh. So then, little further in the game, I find that he's around, and I'm like, where? And so I specifically went to this like little area,
hmm
and he was literally the only Pokemon. It's like it was like a little like sack, almost like a cul-de-sac.
Yeah. Like
And
with a ledge that you can't get over? Like a is it kind of
um
up a mountain at all?
yeah, well the mountain was around. So
Okay.
he was like in there
Yeah.
specifically. I don't even know how, but like he was in there, and I went in there
I
and I'm
know
like, "Oh,
exactly what you're talking about.
okay."
Yeah.
It was awesome. I'm like, "No, I
Yeah.
cannot knock him out."
Because I remember when I caught my first Charcadet, it was right near there. Yeah, I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Dude, I was so stoked when I got him. I was like, "Yes, finally."
I like that Fanpy. That's a cool artwork.
Yeah. This little guy, he was a little bugger. He did some major damage to my Pokemon.
In the video game?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to get him, I'm like, man,
That's funny.
this guy.
Um, I don't want to give any spoilers.
Okay.
This isn't really a spoiler, but one of my main Pokemon for pretty much the entire game after I got him was Great Tusk. So the
Okay.
ancient version of Phanpy's evolution.
Okay. Because yeah, he's kind of in the background here. So
That's I forget what Phanpy's evolution is called,
okay.
but yeah, so I use Great Tusk, the ancient version, and he's
Ooh.
by far my best Pokemon.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
awesome. That's sweet. Sweet. I'm liking I don't he's just become Latios has become in this set at least. I think he's been in the meta before.
Yeah, I mean these Latios, they're very popular Pokemon.
Yeah.
I've never really paid much attention to them.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about them.
Yeah. But I think this is gonna be this is I really like this card. The artwork and the sunset.
hmm
Yeah, that's awesome. I did pull this one too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The
Cutting
Viva.
Wind. That sounds like something else. It's like breaking wind.
For 50. Oh, this one. Skarmory,
Yeah.
this is gonna be I think he's gonna be epic, but like I just like him as one of my one of the birds that I think is pretty cool.
Okay.
I think this is a really cool artwork too.
I'm trying to see if it's worth utilizing in a metal deck. During
Yeah,
your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. And then it
yeah,
also does 50 damage. I mean, that's okay for basic.
yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, it's okay. Kellyan's I play with him. He's pretty cool. He has a ability where you have to flip a coin to do damage to him.
Okay.
An expert herder. This is actually a pretty cool card too.
What's the ability?
It says if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. So you have to
Oh,
your
I
opponent,
see.
yeah, your opponent has to flip a coin. If it's heads, you prevent the damage.
Okay.
It actually saved me in the pre-release because I
Okay.
used him, and so it was really cool.
That is nice. I mean, again, I hate coin flips, but I mean,
Right.
as an ability, like a coin flip isn't the worst thing in the world.
No, yeah. Bravery looks cool. This
Okay,
guy
real
looks,
quick. This is
yeah.
a tangent.
Okay.
When playing the TCG in person for coin flips, do you prefer using a coin or do you prefer using a die?
Yeah. Uh, I feel like the die gives you a little more of an advantage because you got what 50/50 chance.
Well,
But
I mean, it's
like
the same chances as a coin.
but because you got 1 through 6. So you got like what is that three? What I can't think of what the percentage is, but like
It's 50-50. 1, 3, and 5 are tails.
two,
2,
yeah,
4, and
two
6 are heads. So it's 50-50. It's the same
50/50.
odds.
Yeah. I think I would rather roll a die.
Yeah, me too. I prefer it.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to physically roll a die than it is to flip a coin.
Yeah.
It's more controlled. I feel
Yeah.
like when I flip a coin, and I have the metal coins from the Charizard UPC. I feel like when I flip the coin, like it's gonna land on one of my cards and it's gonna leave a dent in one
Yeah.
of my cards, and I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas with the die, I can really control where it's going. So yeah, I really like rolling a die.
Yeah. I think I might I have been flipping a coin, but I think I do like that I now that we talk about it, I do have quite a few dies to use.
Yeah,
So I probably will use that going in. Because I do like, yeah, I like how you said you have control.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
With the coin, I just don't have control, and it can go
No.
anywhere.
Here's the full arts
Okay, for the trainers,
for the trainers.
and none of which I recognize. I'm not at that point in the video game yet.
Okay. We did pull this one.
Yeah, yeah, we talked about it last week when you
Yeah.
showed us your polls.
Oh, right, right. Yep. And I think this Pikachu, this might be the winner of the like the most valuable card.
Yeah, I think right now raw, I think it's going for like 300.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. That's gonna be sweet. And there you are. There's the full arts.
very cool.
I don't know. Do you want to go into A specs or you want to move on?
Um, Up to you if you have the energy.
Just really quick.
Okay.
Um, I think the best A spec that's coming out right now is the Energy Search Pro. Search your deck for any number of basic energy cards of different types, reveal them and put them into your hand. This is going to be very, very effective. Um, Although you can only do it once, but you can search for any number of energy. I think that's going to be a winner.
That is insane.
Yeah, yeah. You almost have to like specifically search for this card. Like you have to have an Arvin and look for this immediately.
Okay, here's the problem. Um, Irida? No, not Irida. Uh, what's her
G
name?
Gita?
No, not Gita. Um, Man, it's been too long since I played. What's the trainer that you both shuffle your hands to
Oh,
pick in your deck?
oh, Oran.
Iono, Iono.
Yes, I
Let's
can.
say let's say
No.
you use Energy Search Pro. Search for any number. Let's say you get 9 energy,
Yeah,
which and you can only attach one,
yeah.
and then your opponent uses Iona. Like it's a really nice ace spec, but
Yeah,
at the same time, it definitely has its shortcomings
yeah. Yep.
because you're not putting those energy onto your Pokemon, you're putting them in your hand.
Correct.
Um, so
Which
I don't
then,
know.
which then you'll need to have Exeggutor if anything, because then you can just attach them.
So I mean, yeah, it's a good ace spec, but it's not overpowered
Yeah.
because there are ways to counter against it,
Oh,
especially with
that I
Iona.
can't. Yeah, I cannot stand Iono.
I love Iona.
No, that's my demise. The second one I think is going to be good, and then we'll move on, is the Precious Trolley.
Okay.
Search your deck for any number of basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. So you can search for a lot. So would you want basic Pokemon or a ton of energy
Well, what's nice about this, well, it's just the case with basics in general, is they go right onto your bench, not into your
on your
hand.
bench? Yeah. So even if somebody does have an Iono, it's not going to affect you
Right. Yeah.
immediately.
But do you need that many Well, okay, this would be great for Tropicos.
Correct. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, but that's all.
Okay.
Looks pretty
Awesome.
good.
Cool
Yeah.
set. It's no wonder it's selling so well, or at least that's how it seems. Like it's a lot of places have sold out already, which I'm sure they'll restock. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um, it's been a fast selling game or fast selling set. So
Yeah.
very cool. Can't wait to see how it impacts the meta, especially against Stellar Crown, because Stellar
Yeah.
Crown needed a good counter. So yeah, this is
Oh, for
exciting.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. What do you got going on for Pokemon Pocket there, Oran?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it long. I just kind of wanted to bring up some of the events that have occurred in TCG Pocket. One which started today, which took me
Ooh.
by surprise. If you haven't opened it today, then you don't know.
I
But
haven't opened it today.
yeah. So there's an event that just started today that actually encourages player versus player. Like it gives you a reason to want to play another person, which up
Ooh.
until today I hadn't even done. I had just been
Okay.
playing against the computer. But it's called the Genetic Apex Emblem Event 1. And what's cool about it is when you play, you can get emblems by just playing a certain amount of matches. You don't even have to win. It's really just encouraging people to start playing at other players. So if you just play one round, you get an emblem, a basic emblem, just like a participation emblem. If you play Oh, I'm sorry. It is wins. I thought it was participation. No, it is wins. So one
Okay.
win, you get the participation emblem. 5 wins, you get the bronze emblem. 25 wins, you get the silver emblem, and 45 wins, you get the gold emblem.
Sweet.
So it's it goes until November 28th at
Okay.
12:59 a.m. I don't know what time zone that's based on. But at least we have it looks like 21 days about to get in the matches and try to get 45 wins to get that gold emblem. And then what's cool about emblems, you can attach up to 3 emblems to your profile at a time. So this really gives you a way to get some clout and then to show it off.
Cool.
So it's nice to have a reason now to play versus player because like there isn't a ladder, not yet at least.
Yeah.
So I had no incentive to do it, but now I do because I like if I'm playing for an emblem, like that's pretty cool. Like, ooh, I can show this off forever on my profile that I participated in this and I won a lot of matches. So that's pretty cool. And then over the past week, there was also 2 other just like collection events. One being the Lapras EX drop event, and then also
Mhm.
the Meowth slash Chansey Wonder Pick event.
Yeah.
They've been trying to keep it fresh for the past week. And I think they've been doing a good job of it. And one other thing I wanted to mention. So Ariel and I, we made a pact with each other that we will never spend actual money on this game. Like, because once you start, stopping is going to be impossible. So like we're just not going to start. Like we're not spending a penny of real money. But if you are an Android phone user, I don't know if there's anything on Apple like this, but if you're an Android phone user, there's an app called Google Opinion Rewards. And if you have that installed on your phone, as you go about your daily life, you'll get notification like alerts on your phone that will have like a little mini survey. They usually take like 10 seconds. And you'll usually get like a quarter or more for each little mini survey you take. So like it adds up fast. Just to give you an idea, let me open up my app here. I can look at my reward history for as far as I've been doing it. Let me go all the way back, which is going to take a while. It's a lot of scrolling.
Well, that's
Okay.
pretty cool. I'll have to look up something on Apple if they do have something like that.
I don't know if there is anything, but okay. So just to give you an example, I started doing this March 21st, 2017.
Wow.
So that's 7.5 years ago. But in that period of time, after doing all of those little mini surveys, the total amount that I've received is $305. So
Wow.
over 7.5 years, $305. Let's just do the quick math of how much that is a year. 305 divided by 7.5. That's $41 a year. So like that's not a lot of money, but like that gives me $41 to throw at Pokemon TCG Pocket and to open up some more packs. So just a little tip there. Also, if you're on an Android phone, the Google Play Store right now has coupons specifically for TCG Pocket that
Hmm.
you can get with Play Store points. So like I don't even know what play points are. Like I don't hardly ever buy apps or download apps or play games or anything on my phone. So I had
Yeah.
like 1,000 play points saved up, which was enough for me to get two coupons. So I got an $8 off of TCG Pocket coupon and I got a $2 off TCG Pocket coupon. So like I can pair those up with my survey reward points and get some free stuff in TCG
Sweet.
Pocket. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Just some ideas for those Android phone users. Um, but yeah, for TCG Pocket, I've been having a lot of fun collecting and doing the dailies and now just seeing how they're adding events to kind of keep it fresh. I'm even more excited about it. But
Yeah.
it is hard to choose, like because we were talking about it before the show. There's just so much time to devote to hobbies. It's like I've really been enjoying playing the DLC for Scarlet. I've really been enjoying TCG Pocket. But like just having this conversation about Surging Sparks in the meta, I'm like, TCG Live, it's calling me. Like, so I don't know, it's tough. But yeah, so TCG Pocket, if you haven't checked out the PvP event that went live today, uh, do it. Check it out. Get at
Yeah.
least one win to get that emblem. So
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what also too, Oren, I've been finding like it's almost like I wish they can give you more credits to be able to buy singles on TCG Pocket because
yeah,
like the basics are 35. The X's are like what, 155?
yeah.
But in order to get credits, you have to keep complete missions and stuff like that. So hopefully I'm able to get some so that I can actually, instead of opening packs, I can just like buy singles.
Right, to make your decks. Yeah, the other thing
Yeah,
that will totally change it, hopefully for the better, is when we can trade. Who knows what that's going to look like, but
right.
hopefully once we can trade, it'll be a little easier to make the decks the way we want to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Because right now my decks are like mediocre.
Okay.
I don't feel like I could probably go gold ever. Like I have to keep probably like opening up. I do have a Mewtwo EX, so
Okay.
maybe that might be my saving grace.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really have. I do have a Venusaur, so maybe I do have power, but it's just got to be. I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've
Definitely up.
been I've been spoiled because I was fortunate enough. I pulled two Pikachu EXs, and right now the Pikachu EX deck is like the best in the meta.
Oh wow,
So yeah, I'm kind of spoiled right now.
dang. I'll have to see. Where's that peak? Where's the peak? Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
I
it's
can't.
sick.
So Circuit Crush for two for I'm only seeing in the window. What does he do, Orin?
So he does 30 damage for each benched Pokemon you have. So
Okay.
if you have one benched Pokemon, it's 30 damage. If you have two, it's 60. If you have three, it's 90.
Okay.
And he's a basic.
Okay.
So
That's
you
pretty
can
good.
you can do a lot of damage fast. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
Wow. That's awesome. I'm also liking the Magneton because you can his ability you can energize from the energy zone and then attach energy to him from the energy zone.
Okay.
So I think having them two, Pikachu and Magneton.
Magneton. Yeah. Magnezone isn't in TCG Pocket yet.
Okay, so Magneton.
Yeah.
I think he'll be epic pairing with that. And then Raichu's not that bad either. He does 140 for three energies, but then you have discard all energy,
Okay.
but not
Yeah.
bad.
So Raichu. you would only ever put on a non-EX Pikachu.
Nani. Yeah, correct. Okay.
And I don't think Raichu's really in the meta because the Pikachu, the base, like again with TCG Pocket, like basics are king.
Yeah.
Um, because it's such a fast
Pay.
game with only
Yeah.
20 cards in your deck. So really you're just trying to get stuff flowing fast.
Yeah. I love that trainer red flag where you discard your opponent discards his hand.
Yeah, that is handy.
Yeah. It's like Iono,
Yeah,
but like
kind of, kind
yeah.
of, but only affects your opponent.
Yeah.
See, Iono, like in the regular TCG, I primarily use Iono for myself. Like if I don't like my hand or I need cards that aren't in my hand, I use Iono. And then if my opponent happens to have more than 5 cards or whatever, or more than whatever your prizes are, right?
Prizes are, yeah.
Yeah, then that's an added bonus. Then they
Yeah.
lose a bunch of cards too. But for me, Iono is primarily a defensive card in the sense that it's for me,
Yeah.
not for hurting my opponent.
Okay. I've had it where like they see what I pull. Like they know that I pulled like my two
Yeah,
evolutions or like they see I have my Charizards and they just pull it right then. It's like just to
yeah,
disturb. It's like you go
yeah,
away.
yeah. Oh, it's so
Like,
good.
come on. No, Oran.
So frustrating, but it's so good.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is any more on TCG Pocket? I mean,
That- yeah,
those are pretty epic things, man.
that's it for today. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll have more to talk about next week. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, a couple events to check out if you're not playing it already. I mean, it's keeping me and Ariel's attention without spending money.
Yep.
So I really hope it stays that way. I know obviously they want to make money. The whole point of this is for them to make money. And I'm sure there are people that are spending, but they'll never get it from us.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. And TCG Live. Like you don't even need to.
Oh, well, TCG, that's what's amazing about TCG Live. It's designed to not make money. Like it doesn't even make sense. Like TCG Live does not make sense. Like it should not exist. So the fact that it does is just like it's such a glorious thing. Like first of all, how much did it cost to develop and to continue to develop and to keep up with? And like how many employees are they paying for to maintain this thing that they're not making money from?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild
Incredible. It's incredible.
and
And I
and
think you know,
unexpected.
so Oren, think about this. Okay, how many we got what? We got six, we got 7 packs from the pre-release, right?
Yeah, 7.
So we paid $25.
Yeah, which is a steal.
So each pack had a scanned card.
Hmm.
So that's where they're making their money. I mean, regardless of like,
But you don't need code
no,
cards. Like you can open up TCG Live and just play a bunch of matches and then get enough points to get all the cards you need to make your deck without spending any money. And
yeah,
heck, you could hop on eBay and buy 1,000 code cards for like $10,
yeah,
if that. So like you don't need to spend any money.
yeah. But what I'm saying is like, I think, yeah, you're right, you're right. But
But
what
yeah,
I'm
I,
thinking
I
is
get
like,
what you're saying. The psyche is like TCG Live, they might be looking at it as, well, it's encouraging buying physical cards
yeah,
because the people that are playing TCG Live, they're probably not only playing TCG Live. They're probably actually playing the physical card game. And this
correct.
is like, for lack of a better phrase, this is the gateway drug, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this is the they give it to us for free, so that way we then go spend the money, you know?
yeah. It is pretty intense,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Oh yeah, I love it too.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to Oren to your backpack. What do you have? What do you have to show to us?
Yeah, this is quick. This is just something fun that I got today that I foresee myself utilizing at like conventions, like video game conventions or card conventions. So I'm just gonna hold this up because it's insane.
Wait, what?
So
That's
it's a
awesome.
backpack with a screen, and you can change what's on the screen.
Oh, that's epic. Oh yeah.
I love this next one.
Oh, that's awesome. What is
Here,
Bulbasaur even doing?
I don't know. He's just flipping. He's doing somersaults. I've got a few more that aren't Pokemon related to share.
Ooh. Oh yes. There's Charcadet. The
Then here's the
Matrix.
Matrix,
Yep.
and then an old-fashioned Game Boy
Oh, that's awesome.
on some sort of conveyor belt.
So you have a remote?
It's an app on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And
that
you
is
can just
epic.
you can download tons of different like graphics and stuff.
That's awesome. You have to put some Final Fantasy VII on there.
So yeah, it's just a fun little toy I got today off Amazon. There's it's not even who knows what brand it is. It's just
Yeah.
like there's probably a thousand of them on Amazon. They're probably from AliExpress. It's just a
Okay.
generic. I mean, as a backpack, it's just a very basic backpack. I mean, it's pretty comfortable. There's no sternum strap. I prefer having a sternum strap. So,
Yeah.
but it's like it's a really good size. It's not too big. It fits my back well.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like a really fun thing to walk around with, like having graphics playing on my back, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta promote Poké Collab, bro.
Exactly. Like so, Kayla, I haven't getting an app done is hard. I have not gotten the app done. Going on vacation has thrown me off. But Kayla, Ivan's wife, made an animation for the app so that when you open the app, the animation plays. I could
Yeah.
put that animation on my backpack.
Oh, that's
I need to
awesome.
do that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's good. Awesome, Warren. Thanks for showing that. That is pretty epic
Yeah. No, thanks for letting me do some show and tell.
for
I feel
sure.
like a kid in first grade again.
Yeah.
That's really what YouTube is for a lot of us. I mean, unboxing videos, that's all it is show and tell from first grade.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Yeah, exactly. And they somehow get these like God packs. It's like, how's that even possible?
I, I've never seen somebody pull a God pack on a video. Have you? I
Well,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've seen pictures on Reddit, but I've never seen anybody like open one.
well, like, yeah, there's some of those like those Pokemon dudes that are like they film themselves and then they like they pull these epic cards. It's like, how is that even possible?
Are
Like,
they rip and shippers maybe? Like
I think so.
okay,
I
because
don't know.
rip
I
and
just
shippers they'll rip thousands of packs a week, and maybe it's a rip and shipper because they're not opening them for themselves. They're opening for them for people that bought them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right, Oren. Well, let's go on to your Costco 510 mini box of Paldean Fates.
Yeah, I'll share my screen real quick. It's similar to what I showed last week. So Costco right now, is this the right screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so Costco right now has a box of 5 pack mini tins with 4 promo cards. Last week I showed the 151 box. They're
Hmm.
also doing Paldean Fates. What's frustrating is the item number that you see here is not the in-store item number. And the in-store item number for Paldean Fates is the same in-store item number as 151. So if
No.
you call a store and you say this is the item number I'm looking for, they can't differentiate between 151 and Paldean Fates. So even if they only have Paldean Fates, they'll say, yes, we have it. But you don't
Oh,
know which it
wow.
is. So like I
What?
called
Why?
I called the Strongsville Costco here in Northeast Ohio. And they're like, yeah, we have them. And I show up and all they have is Paldean Fates because it's the same item number. So I did not get the 151 box that I showed off last week, but I did want to show something special about the Paldean Fates box today. So I did get one. We just bought one. It does come with those 4 promos. I did just want to show real quick my pulls. We got 7 pulls out of 10 packs, which is crazy.
Wow.
So we got the Espathra EX.
Oh, sweet.
We got a Charizard EX,
Oh, wow.
which is the same as the one from Obsidian Flames,
Yes.
just a reprint. We got Noivern EX.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you watched the Poke Beach podcast, but just a shout out to John. I got the Noivern EX. That's what he calls Noivern.
I love it.
I got the shiny Sableye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, tangent. I caught another shiny in Scarlet the other day.
Ooh.
I got a shiny Shinx, the little
Okay.
cat Pokemon or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So it's like orange instead of like black and yellow.
Okay. How many shinies do you got now?
Here's
Ooh.
the shiny Noivern. Oh, so in the game, in the video game, I have three shinies now.
Okay.
And then we pulled the Nimona.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a sweet photo.
Yeah, it's a great card.
Yeah.
So those are our pulls, but that's not what I really want to show you. What I really wanted to show you was the Paldean Fates Costco 5-pack mini tin box. Two of the promos, every single box, at least every single box that I'm aware of, like it's not confirmed that it's 100%, but like every box I looked at while I was at the store, two of them have errors
What?
in every single box. Let me see if I don't know if the camera is going to capture them or not. So here's Mastiff. And the promos, they're just like the 151. It's reverse Cosmos Hollow.
Okay.
And so you'll see if you look, and the camera is going to be really hard to capture. But with reverse hollows, you know how they have the energy type like in the background here,
Correct.
and you can see the darkness energy, but the actual hollow, take a look. What is that?
Mm. Is this a regular?
No, look, what energy type is that hollow?
Oh man.
You can see it.
Oh, electric.
It's electric.
What?
Yeah. So it's an error.
What? How? What?
And now look at this one.
Is it gonna
This
be
is
worth anything?
probably not because it's not a rare error because it's every single
It's
box at
water.
Costco. Yeah, it's water,
Wow.
even though it should be psychic.
That's interesting.
So it's just
Wow.
those two. Like I'll show you the Pikachu. Um, so the Pikachu is accurate. Um,
Yeah.
so it's
Yep.
lightning and it's lightning. So that's
Yep.
correct. And then the Fido, just to show you. So here's a psychic. So they did get psychic right
Yeah.
on Fido.
Yeah.
So like
That's so weird.
so yeah, it's like a super obvious error.
What?
Yeah, and it was on all of the promos that I looked at while I was at the store. So um again, like this is not a rare error then, but like it's just interesting.
Yeah. We just saw it makes me think because we saw the production of Pokemon cards. Like they had like a little reel on Instagram
Yeah.
and it's just like it's a printer and it was all the SIRs. So it's just like it's just constantly like it's just on a roll of paper, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
cutting it. But like we're wondering like how are mistakes? I mean, that's probably what it is. They're not checking any of the prints, like maybe every few thousand to
I don't
like see
know.
like, oh, maybe something's wrong or something's off. Like they don't, it's so weird.
I mean, that's a pretty subtle error.
Yeah.
So clearly they just programmed it into the machine and let it rip. And that's why there's errors on every single one of those cards.
Wow.
It's just kind of funny.
That is funny. It's like how detail. Like, hello, this is a multi-billion dollar company.
But again, like I'll be honest, the only reason I even knew to look for it was because of a post I saw on Reddit.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go look for it then. And then I'm like, yeah, every box had the error, and I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
well, it's kind of neat. I want one.
Yeah. I want one and I need one.
I would rather have been able to find 151, but I'll settle for Peldian Fates.
It's insane. I saw another I think it was on Reddit. Somebody posted a video in a Costco. Um I don't know if like people were waiting for that pallet to arrive, but it was like it almost seemed like it was in a one of the aisles and people were just taking it by the bundle, like the whole like how it's like how they have it so you can just take one. No,
Yeah,
they're taking the whole thing. And people were like toppling over them and they weren't even taking them off the floor. Like they literally wanted it from the pallet. It's like, guys, look around you, like pick up those ones. Yeah,
right.
it
Yeah,
was
that's
crazy.
weird.
Crazy.
Yeah, I
People
mean,
were
I all
nuts.
I can say is that the Strongsville Costco here in Northeast Ohio, they had a limit of three, but again, it wasn't even 151. It was Peldian Fates, so like
Yeah.
they still had like 40 boxes.
Wow.
But, but
How
yeah, it's
much
wild.
how much were those again, Oran?
$38
Oh,
for
okay.
10 packs. It was five tins, and there's two packs in each tin.
Okay.
So 10 packs plus the four promos for $38. So like not a very great deal,
Hmm.
but I kind of just wanted the error promos to show off. So
Are you collecting Paldean Fates or no?
no,
Yeah, neither am I.
I have bought a lot of Paldean Fates, and we did get a good amount of Paldean Fates cards graded. But I'm not collecting it.
Yeah, I know. I do have a ton too.
One of,
I rather go. I'd rather have Paradox Rift, but
yeah, one of my favorite cards is in Well, actually, a couple of my favorite cards are from Paldean Fates. The Clive Trainer, special art,
yeah.
and the Bubble Mew. I have not pulled the Bubble Mew. I did pull the Clive though. Those are really cool artworks that are in Paldean Fates. So I mean,
Okay.
there are some cards worth searching for,
Yeah.
like the Nimona. There's a couple. There's like an Arven that's very similar to this one as well. I forget who
Yeah.
else, but there's some cool trainer cards in there, and there's a Penny trainer that's
Oh
very
yeah.
similar to that too.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a cool set.
I know. Now that you say it, I mean, yeah, I do have a ton. Like, I wonder if I probably can get back into it because I do. I never got an ETB of Paldean Fates, and that's when you brought it to my attention. Like, oh yeah, those are the starting Pokemon in Scarlet Violet. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should get into it then.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, Chaldean Fates, that's a sleeper set. And I
I
mean,
think
we're
so.
starting to see it just up and up and up in value. So
Yeah.
if you can find it for close to MSRP, it's a fun set. I mean, there's special arts for all three starters and all of their stage one and stage two evolutions in Paldean Fates. It's a cool set.
Wow.
If you like the Paldea region and the Paldea starters, it's a very cool set.
Okay. Yeah. I am. I do like them. You know, the Quaxley, Sprigatito, and the
Yeah.
Coco.
Yeah,
But
speaking of, I need to trade you. I need to send you the starters that I bred for you in Scarlet, so that way you can
sweet.
start evolving, start training them.
Yeah. We gotta get on there too for doing some battles or rages or what do you
Yeah.
call them? Raids. Raids.
Yeah, raids.
But I'm probably still too weak.
I think the way they designed the raids is that your level doesn't matter, I think. I need to
Okay.
look into it.
Yeah.
I think it's more so what Pokemon you're using and what type of attacks you're using, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I need to double check how it works.
Yeah. But that'd be cool. We should do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes our episode today. Episode 11. I think that's all, right, Orin? Is all you
Yeah,
got?
yeah, that's
Anything
all
else?
I've got. Oh,
Cool.
there was one side note. I just want to mention something about PSA, because this will interest you too. I brought up Chrono Trigger earlier, which anytime you think about Chrono Trigger, it's impossible to not think about Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
because they have the same artist. Um, and there's something that PSA is doing. It's the first time I've ever seen them do it. This is totally unrelated to Pokemon. Um, but right now, PSA is doing a collaboration with the voice actor of Goku from the
Oh,
American Dragon Ball Z, and his name's Sean. I forget his last name, but basically they're doing a collaboration with him where it sounds like he's going to PSA headquarters, and like we as fans can send stuff to PSA, and he'll sign it, and they'll have like authentication and send it back to you. So it's just if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan and if you like Goku and he's like one of your favorite characters or whatever,
yeah.
right now, as long as you get your stuff to PSA by November 26th, then you're in time. I'm considering maybe sending a card. I don't know. Like one of the things with autographs is like I know a lot of people go to Comic Cons or anime conventions specifically to meet, voice actors and stuff and get voice actors to sign stuff. And it's a lot more personal, but not everybody can do that. And so this is like a nice alternative. Like if you can't get to a convention, at least you can get like his signature. So that's kind of cool. So I just thought I'd mention that.
Man, if I only saved our Dragon Ball Z cards, I
The
could
old
have
school
totally saved
cards.
the Goku one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the original TCG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Do you still
But
have all those cards on that you bought
dude, I
of?
don't even remember what that TCG was called. Like there was this period of time it was probably 8 years ago. No, it was before I was dating, before I was married. This is 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably 12 years ago. There was a Dragon Ball Z TCG, not the original from I forget who the manufacturer was. But it was like a new TCG
Yeah.
and hardly anyone played it. The cards were hard to find, but I somehow managed to get like an insane amount of packs. I don't even remember where I got them or how I got them. Um, but like we ripped them all and then we played like maybe one night.
But I remember you actually got also like theme decks. So you had like
Yeah.
all every single character in that saga.
Yeah.
And like we were like I was just choosing one I wanted. We were like, yeah, whatever you want, you have it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, sweet. So then we built our decks and like yeah, we ripped it like yeah. That was
I don't
sweet.
ha I don't know where I got it and I
Yeah.
don't know where it went.
Yeah.
It's not in my hands anymore. I don't know why.
That
But
was awesome.
yeah. So and if we're seeing that with Sean and Dragon Ball Z and Goku, then we're likely to see it with Pokemon in the future because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people like to get cards signed by, voice actors from the anime. So you might see that at some point in the future with PSA.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thanks for that, Oran.
Yeah.
Definitely we'll see that down the line. Don't forget to check out our merch site. It's still up. Check it out. Also too, we recommend that you guys or would like or invite you to check out our website at pokecollab.com. The first 100 members get an alpha badge on their profile. And so yeah, check it out. Check us out uh on Poke Collab. Or where else could they reach out to you?
So I'm Block and Pixel on most social media. So check me out on YouTube, Block and Pixel. I think I'm going to be posting a new video soon. I ordered some protectors from Retro Protection for some video games and for some Pokemon TCG stuff. So you
Mm,
might see a review of Retro Protection stuff soon. But yeah, Block and Pixel on YouTube.
sweet. Awesome, bro. Nice. And then I'm also on Chard 216 on YouTube. I post up some TCG live battles there. And then I'm also on TCG Player. Same thing with the handle of Chart as well. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. Oren, it's been an awesome episode. Looking
Yeah.
forward to Surging Sparks tonight.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Will you be recording a video with a Surging Sparks deck in the near future?
I think I will.
Okay.
Just
Sweet.
like
I
how I
want to
did
see
with
it.
Star Crown. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
gonna be up at midnight, but I'll try.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, this is Poke Collab, where we collect, train, and battle together. But this has been episode 11, and we'll see you on episode 12.
See ya.
Later.